Imagine spending 43 years in prison for a murder you didn't commit, finally getting your conviction overturned, walking out the prison gates, and then being immediately taken into custody again. That's exactly what happened to Subramanyam Vedam out of Pennsylvania. This man came to America from India as a baby, grew up here, went to school here. This country was his home. But back in 1980, his life changed forever. Vedam was accused of killing a college friend, a case built mostly on circumstantial evidence. No witnesses, no clear motive. But prosecutors pushed forward anyway. He was convicted and sentenced. And just like that, a young man lost his freedom. Years turned into decades. Behind those prison walls, Vedam kept saying he was innocent. Then decades later, new ballistics evidence surfaced. Evidence prosecutors had during the original trial, but never turned over to the defense. That's called a Brady violation, and it can destroy a case. In 2025, a judge finally overturned his conviction. After 43 years, Vedam was cleared of murder. Most people would think that's where the story ends. Freedom, compensation, a chance to rebuild life. But for Vedam, that was just the beginning of another nightmare. The moment he walked out of prison in October 2025, federal immigration agents were waiting. They arrested him on the spot. Why? A 1999 deportation order tied to a small drug conviction from when he was a young man. A minor LSD case, decades old, from before most people even had cell phones. Here's the twist. His lawyers say if he hadn't been wrongfully locked up for murder, he likely would have finished that sentence decades ago, applied for citizenship, and never faced deportation. But because he spent 43 years fighting a wrongful murder conviction, his immigration status was frozen in time. Now at 64 years old, after losing nearly half a century, he sits in federal immigration detention. Recently, an immigration judge denied him bail, saying federal law requires detention because of that old felony drug conviction. So right now, a man cleared of murder, a man who lost 43 years to a wrongful conviction, remains locked up, not in prison, but in immigration detention. His case is now heading to the Board of Immigration Appeals under what they're calling exceptional circumstances. Supporters, including local officials and even prosecutors, are pushing for his release. They say deporting him now would be another miscarriage of justice. Think about it. If the system took 43 years of your life, should it then send you to a country you barely remember? Or does justice mean giving that time back the best way it can? Because this case isn't just about one man. It's about wrongful convictions, immigration law, and what happens when two broken systems collide. This is OC Street Files, and this one is still unfolding.